Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are safe and healthy. So today's target is to complete the quality review revision in the shortest span of time which we can manage to do it. अगर आपने डिटेल्ड वीडियो नहीं देखी है तो आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में उसका लिंक मिल जाएगा. यू कैन रेफर टू द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स बिलो एंड द रिविजन वीडियो, द डिटेल्ड वीडियो ऑफ peer review will be there. The detailed video on quality review will be there in that link. Also, if you have not seen the MCQ booklet series, the link is given in the description box below. काफ़ी ज़्यादा अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स आया उन वीडियोस पर. तो अगर आपको कोई भी MCQ में डाउट है, कोई भी केस सिनेरियो में डाउट है या आपको सारे के सारे कवर करने हैं विद इन अ लिमिटेड टाइम, आप उन वीडियोस को रेफ़र कर सकते हैं. ओके, सो सबसे पहले तो एक डिस्क्लेमर, ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक रिविजन वीडियो है. दिस इज़ नॉट अ कंसेप्चुअल और डिटेल्ड वीडियो. इफ़ यू वांट टू कवर दिस टॉपिक इन डिटेल एंड यू वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड द थिंग्स, यू कैन रेफर टू द डिटेल्ड वीडियो. इस वीडियो के अंदर सिर्फ और सिर्फ रिविजन होने वाली है, सिर्फ और सिर्फ रिविजन, एंड दैट टू सुपर क्विक रिविजन, जिसको हम जल्दी से जल्दी कवर करने की कोशिश करेंगे सो दैट वी कैन यूज़ दिस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो वन डे बिफोर द एग्जाम्स एज वेल. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर सिर्फ और सिर्फ रिविजन होगा, क्विकली होगा. अच्छा, मेरी एक और एडवाइस है, जब भी आप इन वीडियोस को देख रहे हैं, रिवीजन वीडियोस को स्पेसिफिकली, आपने नोटिस किया होगा मैंने यहाँ पर कोई भी नोट्स नहीं दिखाए आपको, क्योंकि नोट्स मैंने कवर किए हैं डिटेल्ड वीडियो के अंदर. यहाँ पर सिर्फ और सिर्फ मैंने हेडिंग्स मेंशन की हुई हैं एंड सब हेडिंग्स मेंशन की हुई हैं. उसका रीज़न ये है कि आपको एग्जाम में बुक तो सामने होगी नहीं. अगर आपके सामने नोट्स होते हैं ना, तो आप फिर वहीं से देख कर बोलने लग जाते हो या वहीं से देख कर पढ़ते रहते हो, सिर्फ रीडिंग करते हो. बट वेन एवर यू आर रिवाइजिंग, आपको कोशिश करनी चाहिए कि आप खुद से कंटेंट याद करने की कोशिश करो. इसीलिए इस वीडियो में मैं सिर्फ और सिर्फ हेडिंग्स आपको शो करूँगी, हेडिंग्स बोलूँगी. तो जब भी आप फर्स्ट टाइम इस वीडियो को देख रहे हो ना, तब आप अपने सामने अपने नोट्स रख लो. ठीक है, तो जिस सीक्वेंस में ये टॉपिक्स कवर हो रहे हैं, आप उसी सीक्वेंस में अपने नोट्स को भी गो थ्रू करते जाओ, साथ साथ पॉइंट्स को देखते रहो. लेकिन जब आप इसको सेकेंड टाइम रिविजन वीडियो को यूज़ करोगे, उस टाइम पर जैसे ही हेडिंग आए, आपके दिमाग में वो बुक का पेज आ जाना चाहिए दिमाग में कि इस पेज पर क्या दिया हुआ था विद रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक, एंड यू शुड बी एबल टू एक्टिवली रिकॉल योर सेल्फ कि क्या क्या पॉइंटर्स आपको लिखने होंगे अगर कोई पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक इसमें से आ जाता है तो. ठीक है, दिस वे यू विल बी एबल टू रिवाइज मोर एफिशिएंटली, जिसमें आप एक्टिव रिकॉलिंग की टेक्निक यूज़ करोगे और आप ज़्यादा अच्छे से रिवाइज कर पाओगे कोई भी टॉपिक को. ठीक है, तो इसीलिए आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू यूज़ एनी नोट्स. ऑल्सो एक और रीज़न है, कुछ लोगों ने हो सकता है मेरे नोट्स से पढ़ा हो और कुछ लोगों ने हो सकता है अपने खुद के नोट्स बनाए हो या कहीं से भी कोई और नोट्स रेफर किए हों, तो कोई प्रॉब्लम वाली बात नहीं है. आप जो भी मटीरियल यूज़ करना चाहते हैं आप कर सकते हैं. द ओनली पर्पस इज़ टू रिवाइज इट अगैन एंड अगैन विद इन अ शॉर्ट पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. ठीक है, तो वही इस वीडियो का पर्पस है एंड हम उसको फुलफिल करने की पूरी कोशिश करेंगे. साथ में हम एक एक करके सारे टॉपिक्स फटाफट से रिवाइज करेंगे. सो विदाउट वेस्टिंग एनी फर्दर टाइम, लेट्स बिगिन विद द क्वालिटी रिव्यू रिविजन. Okay, so the first topic is introduction. Introduction में what did we study? We studied कि हमें SQC 1 और एसिड 220 वाला वीडियो रेफर करना है. इसके लिए SQC 1 के अंदर बताया होता है कि क्या क्या क्वालिटी कंट्रोल स्टैंडर्ड्स को फॉलो करना होता है फर्म्स को, जो भी एश्योरेंस एंगेजमेंट्स प्रोवाइड कर रहे होते हैं, ऑडिटिंग कर रहे होते हैं. ठीक है, अब दूसरी चीज़ हमने पढ़ी थी ऑब्जेक्टिव, और इसके लिए ना इंट्रोडक्शन के लिए स्पेसिफिकली से SQC 1 बेसिकली स्टैंडर्ड्स की भी आपकी रिवीजन वीडियो आएगी, क्विक रिवीजन वीडियो. तो उसके अंदर जो SQC 1 एंड SA 220 कवर होगा ना, आप उसको रेफर कर लेना, आपको वहाँ से ये वैसे भी टॉपिक आपका कवर हो जाएगा. ठीक है, उसकी टेंशन मत लो. अभी हम आ जाते हैं नेक्स्ट टॉपिक पे, विच इज़ ऑब्जेक्टिव. ऑब्जेक्टिव की इफ आई टॉक अबाउट ऑब्जेक्टिव में देयर वर 4 पॉइंट्स. फर्स्ट पॉइंट वाज इवैल्यूएशन ऑफ ऑडिट क्वालिटी, विच मीन्स दैट द firm needs to adhere to various statutory and legal requirements. Second was the identification and addressal of the deficiencies. The quality review will be done and whatever deficiencies are there, they'll be identified and addressed. What deficiencies? Deficiencies in the audit process. Third point was reviewer may identify failure by the audit firm to identify that financial statements do not present fairly. Okay, so the failures will be identified by the reviewer regarding what? Regarding the financial statements which have been audited by the auditor, but the firm was not able to identify that the financial statements do not present fairly. Fourth point was review do not provide assurance that the firm reporting or client's financial statements are free from any deficiencies. There is no assurance provided by the review. ठीक है, now the next topic was scope के अंदर we studied 3 pointers. First one was audit firm needs to comply with the statutory and other legal requirements. So this is within the scope of quality review. This will be checked. And what are the statutory and legal requirements? Like for example, the technical standards have to be complied, professional standards, ethical standards, guidance notes issued by the institute, code of ethics issued by the institute, Second point was audit firm implemented a system of quality control or not. This needs to be seen. Third point was no material misstatements in the assets and liabilities of the selected entity. If there are material misstatements, then there is a issue. Now, to verify all these above mentioned points, that is the 3 points that we studied, the reviewer should verify the work papers of the audit firm under review. Right. Next point was quality review board. Quality review board के लिए first point was what? Quality review board के respect में the first point was establishment and composition. So हमें पता है the quality review board is set up by the central government under section 28A of the Chartered Accountants Act 1949. This board has total 11 members. 10 members होते हैं and one is the chairperson. Chairperson is nominated by the central government and the other 10 members, out of other 10 members, 5 are nominated by the central government and 5 are nominated by the Council of ICAI. So in total, if we see, there are total 6 persons in the board who are appointed or nominated by the central government. Now these members should have experience in law, economics, business, finance and accountancy. Next topic was functions under section 28B. What are the functions of QRB? There were 3 functions. First one was make the recommendations to the council with regard to quality of services provided by the members. Second one was review the quality of services provided, including the audit. Third one was guide the members to improve the quality of services and adherence to the statutory and legal requirements. Next topic that we studied was the scope of review by the QRB. Now, MCA has clarified that section 130, MCA has clarified wide section 132 subsection 2 of the Companies Act 2013 and with wide the rule 9(4) of the NEFRA rules 2018 that if NEFRA gives reference to QRB, only then review audits of companies or body corporates which are specified under Rule 3 of NEFRA Rules 2018. Otherwise, no QRB cannot review the firms which are mentioned under Rule 3 of NEFRA Rules 2018. Only if the reference is given by the NFRA, then only the QRB is going to review. But for other companies or body corporates, other companies मतलब other company other than रूल 3 वाली जो कंपनीज हैं, बॉडी कॉर्पोरेट्स हैं, दे कैन बी रिव्यूड बाय द QRB ऑन द बेसिस विच एवर क्राइटेरिया इट सेट्स फॉर. ठीक है. नाउ व्हाट आर द पावर्स ऑफ द QRB? पावर्स की बात करें तो पावर के अंदर वी हैड 5 पॉइंट्स. फर्स्ट पॉइंट वॉज इवेलुएट द सर्विस ऑफ मेंबर ऑफ ICAI in such manner as they decide. Whatever criteria they decide, they will evaluate how what is the type of service the member of ICAI is providing. Second is lay down the procedures of evaluation criteria and select the individual or firm as they decide. For this we have seen कि criteria में there can be 3 criteria with respect to entities के हिसाब से they can select with respect to the firms or with respect to the quality cycle. कुछ भी criteria they can choose. Third point was call for information from the ICAI committees, members, client. If information not received by the board from the members, then the QRB is going to ask ICAI to obtain the information from the member and then furnish the same to the QRB. Now secondly, if information was asked by the board from the company but the company did not provide such information, in that case QRB will request to the central government in the MCA for its assistance. Fourth point was invite expert for technical advice for work and service offered by the member. Fifth point was recommendation to the council to guide the members to improve their professional competence and qualification, quality of work, adherence to statutory and legal requirements. Now फिफ्थ इसमें क्या आ जाएगा? कवरेज ऑफ सर्विस फॉर क्वालिटी रिव्यू. इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द कवरेज ऑफ सर्विस फॉर क्वालिटी रिव्यू, देयर वर 2 पॉइंट्स विद रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस. फर्स्ट वन वाज द क्वालिटी ऑफ स्टैट्यूटरी ऑडिट एंड रिपोर्टिंग एंड सेकंड वन वाज द क्वालिटी कंट्रोल फ्रेमवर्क. You have to remember this point that the internal audit, tax audit, GST audit and any other work or service under employment provided by the CAs is not covered under quality review. It excludes the services like internal audit, tax audit, GST audit and any other services provided under employment. So these are not included or these are not covered within the scope of quality review. Next point was criteria for selection of audit firms, जिसके अंदर हमने कितने पढ़े थे? 3 criteria पढ़े थे. पहला था based on entities, second one was based on audit firms and third one was based on quality review cycle. Let's cover one by one. First one was based on entities. When we talk about based on entities, first इसके अंदर वी हैड 5 पॉइंट्स. ठीक है. 5 पॉइंट्स में से फर्स्ट पॉइंट के अंदर भी 5 क्राइटेरियाज मेंशन थे. फर्स्ट वन वाज रिस्क बेस्ड सिलेक्शन, देन स्पेसिफिक सेक्टर और ससेप्टेबिलिटी टू रिस्क. थर्ड वन वाज रिपोर्टेड फ्रॉड्स. फोर्थ वन वाज सीरियस अकाउंटिंग इरेगुलरिटीज एंड फिफ्थ वन वाज मेजर नॉन कंप्लायंस अंडर द रेलेवेंट स्टैट्यूट्स. Now in case of joint audits, all the joint audit ऑडिटर्स कैन बी रिव्यूड, ठीक है. फिफ्थ वन वॉज QRB कैन ऑल्सो रिव्यू ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रेफरेंस गिवन बाय द RBI, SEBI, IRDA, MCA, NEFRA, etc. If any reference is given by these regulators, then QRB can also review on the basis of this reference. Next one was QRB shall not consider the request from individuals, firms, companies, partners, etc. Also, there is a QRB secretariat which can also place the forms for selection to QRB. Okay, so these were the 5 points under criteria based on entities. Now let's cover up based on audit forms. Audit forms के बारे में बात करें तो there were 3 points. First one was random basis. Second one was volume of work, and third one was the nature of client. Nature of client similar to what we studied in criteria based on entities. First is risk high है या low है. Second one was fraud होने के chances कितने हैं या fraud कितने हुए हैं clients के companies के अंदर, उसके basis पर also you can select the audit form. Next one was quality रिव्यू साइकिल. इसमें आता हमारे पास 3 पॉइंट्स थे, वंस इन 3 years, वंस इन 4 years एंड वंस इन 5 years. वंस इन 3 years के लिए फर्म्स हैविंग पार्टनर्स 20 और मोर. वंस इन 4 years के लिए फर्म्स हैविंग पार्टनर्स 10 और मोर. वंस इन 5 years के लिए फर्म्स हैविंग लेस दैन 10 पार्टनर्स. ठीक है. इफ द क्वालिटी रिव्यू इज बीइंग कंडक्टेड फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, देन अप टू 3 engagements विल बी सिलेक्टेड फॉर रिव्यू. लेकिन फॉर सब्सिक्वेंट रिव्यू you'll have to see whether there were any adverse findings in the past review. If there were any adverse findings in the past review, then in that case you can do the review more frequently and or you can select more than 3 audit engagements as well. Now, if the adverse findings in the past review were not there, then in that case only one audit engagement can be selected for the purpose of review. Right, let's move on to the next topic, which is quality review process. Quality review process के अंदर we had a lot of points. First of all, we have to cover the stages involved in the quality review assignment. इसके अंदर there were a lot of points. हमने इसको बहुत अच्छे से समझा था, बहुत अच्छे से याद भी करने की कोशिश करी थी in the detailed video. चलो फिर से कोशिश करते हैं और अच्छे से याद करते हैं. फर्स्ट पॉइंट क्या था? फर्स्ट पॉइंट था that the QRB is going to select the audit firm and it will identify the technical reviewer. Now, once the technical reviewer is identified, the QRB is going to send the offer letter of engagement to the technical reviewer. Now, the technical reviewer will send his acceptance, whether he accepts the offer letter or not, and along with that, he is going to sign the declaration of confidentiality, and also he is going to send the confidentiality declaration of his assistant as well to the QRB. Third point था, QRB is going to intimate that okay, this is the audit firm under review which is selected for the quality review, and the QRB is going to share the contact details of the technical reviewer with the audit firm under review. Fourth point was QRB is going to share the copy of intimation along with the contact details of the audit firm under review with the technical review. So okay, now the technical review will get to know ki okay, the audit firm under review has been intimated of the quality review, and also these are the contact details of the audit firm under review. Fifth point was the technical reviewer is going to send the questionnaire to the audit firm under review. Also, it can ask for any additional information if required, and will begin with the offline review process. Now, the planning of on-site visit will also be done, but that will be done only with the mutual consent of the audit firm under review. Now, sixth point हमारे पास क्या था? Technical reviewer is going to send the preliminary report. Now he has done all his review work. Now he's going to send the preliminary report to the audit firm under review, and the copy of preliminary report will be shared to the QRB as well by the technical reviewer. Now, the audit firm under review is required to submit the representations or the responses on the preliminary report to the technical reviewer, and the copy of this response will be filed by the technical reviewer to the QRB. Clear till here? नेक्स्ट इसके बाद क्या होगा? नाउ द टेक्निकल रिव्यूअर इज गोइंग टू सबमिट द फाइनल रिपोर्ट टू द QRB along with the annual report of entity under review, and these needs to be signed and dated. This has to be made sure. Now the technical reviewer shared the final report with the QRB. Now it's turn for the technical reviewer to share the copy of the final report to the audit firm under review, and also it will ask the audit firm under review to give the reply and feedback in 7 days from the date of receipt of such report to the QRB. Now the audit firm under review is going to submit the reply as asked by the technical reviewer in the above point to the QRB, ठीक है, as required 7 days के अंदर अंदर. Next is the audit firm under review will send the copy of reply to the technical reviewer as well. Technical reviewer is going to submit the reply to the QRB which it received from the audit firm under review within a period of 7 days, and along with this it is going to submit the summary of his findings in the specified format. In the summary of his findings, he is going to mention what are his findings, what are the technical requirements, and what is the final reply of the audit firm under review, and what are his final comments on these. Okay, now the QRG will also get the reports. And what the QRG is going to do, the QRG is going to consider the report of the technical reviewer and also will consider the responses of the audit firm under review, and if required it may also call for the additional information or details, explanations, etc. if required. Now, after doing all this, the QRG is going to give its recommendations to the QRB. Now, after all this has happened, now QRB has received the reports, the replies, the responses, everything, and the recommendations also from the QRG. Now, it's the duty of the QRB to decide for the course of action in this case. So, this was the whole process, whole stages which were involved in the QR assignment, which we covered just now. There were total 17 points to this. Once you've understood what is going on, you'll be in a position to write this answer very well, because it's really easy if you just understand what is happening. ठीक है, एक बार आपको flow of process समझ आ गया ना, it's really easy to answer. Okay, now let's move on to the next topic, which is composition of the review team. When we talk about the composition of the review team, it depends upon the size of the audit firm under review or the entities under review. Okay, so this will depend कि क्या size है. Now the team has to be headed by the technical reviewer. This is mandatory. Now obviously बात है, the technical reviewer is going to lead the team. Also there is a requirement that only maximum up to 5 assistants can be taken. The technical reviewer can take the help of maximum 5 assistants. The number will depend upon the size of the audit firm under review and etc. ठीक है. Now there is one important point which was there, that firm of CAs cannot become the member of the review team. This is really important. MCQs में आ सकता है. ठीक है. Let's talk about the constitution of QRG. QRG is constituted by the quality review board only, and it can have more than one group as well. It can be based upon the industry specific reasons or on the basis of generic. ठीक है. There are two types of categories or categories. If I talk about the review group, so there can be two types. Industry specific हो सकता है and it can be generic as well. The technical reviewer is going to submit the reports to the QRG. This we all know, because on the basis of that only the QRG gives recommendations to the board. Okay, let's move on to the next point, which is stage wise approach. Stage wise approach of QR process. Now stage wise approach की बात करें तो approaches की बात हो रही है. तो first of all let's talk about the technical reviewer. Technical reviewer will assist each QRG. ठीक है. Secondly, it will submit the preliminary report to the audit firm under review and will submit the final report to QRB in technical reviewers letterhead. Now letterhead पे होगा report, and that has to be addressed to the chairperson of the QRB, and it should be dated on the conclusion date of the review. This you need to remember. Okay, now the copy of report has to be submitted to the audit firm under review also, and the audit firm under review will send its final comments to the QRB. This we have already covered, बस यहाँ पर ना person wise अब लिख रखा है. ठीक है. टेक्निकल रिव्यूअर का कवर हो जाता है, उसके बाद हमारे पास आ जाता है QRG से रिलेटेड. QRG की बात करें तो QRG इज गोइंग टू कंसिडर द रिपोर्ट along with the comments that it has received from the audit firm under review, and it will issue the directions to the technical reviewers if required. It will also give the recommendations to the board after considering the reports. It will also consult with the board for any guidance if required. It will also call for information from the technical reviewer, audit firm under review in any case if it requires so. Ask the technical reviewer to present the final report in certain circumstances. For example, first circumstance was, there were 3 circumstances. First one was the interaction required to give necessary recommendation to the QRB. Second one was where there are complete differences in the TR's observation and the audit firm under review's view. ठीक है. Third one was QRG is not satisfied with the quality review report of technical reviewer, enabling the technical reviewer to have better understanding of the expectations from him. Okay. Next point was to interact with the audit firm under review. The QRG can interact with the audit firm under review. It can review the joint audit review as far as possible, because यहाँ पे काफ़ी सारे ऑडिटर्स इन्वॉल्व होते हैं. एंड नेक्स्ट वन वॉज एक्शंस can be recommended to the board? What actions can it recommend? There were three situations. First situation was if the financial statements were not prepared according to the FRF and there were material misstatements in that and the auditor was not able to identify that. In that case, it will refer this case to the council and send this to the disciplinary directorate for further course of action. Now, if the second situation is there, that there is a non-compliance of some requirements, but the non-compliance is not so material. In that case, it will issue the advisory, the guidance to the audit firm under review. And third recommendation from QRG to QRB can be if the observation was trivial, मतलब ज़्यादा effect नहीं आ रहा उस चीज़ का, तो उस केस में they will just take the comments for future action from the audit firm under review and the matter will be closed. Okay, so these are the types of recommendations with respect to actions that the board can take by the QRG. Okay, now then we studied a few things, a few points actually. note लिखा हुआ था, notes में note लिखा हुआ था, 3 points थे. First of all, the traveling expenses and the sitting fees of the QRG QRB members will be given to them in case they are attending the meetings. Okay, now technical reviewers will also get the reimbursement of the traveling expense they incur because of attending the meetings of the board, and the rate will be decided by the QRB. Also, the members of QRG QRB which are nominated by the ICAI council will not be entitled for any sitting fees for attending the meetings. This is important. Okay, now let's read about or let's understand about the reporting. Reporting कैसे होती है? जैसे कि हम audit में करते हैं, हम पहले चीज़ों को देखते हैं, we gather the audit evidences, we form the conclusions and we give the opinion. Similarly, in case of review, quality review, the technical reviewer is going to review, and on the basis of review done, he is going to form the conclusions and will issue the preliminary report and then the final report, and the report format will be as specified by the QRB. ठीक है. Now the report can be of two types, a clean report or a modified report. Clean report कब होगी? Clean report का मतलब क्या होता है? That the statutory audit conducted in a manner that ensures the quality of audit services rendered. But modified report को वो कब issue कर सकता है? There were 4 pointers, या तो सारे के सारे थे वहाँ पर, इसीलिए modified report दी है, या any one of them, any two of them, कोई भी point इसमें से था तो मॉडिफाइड रिपोर्ट इशू की जा सकती है. सो मॉडिफाइड रिपोर्ट कैन बी ड्यू टू फर्स्ट पॉइंट नॉन कंप्लायंस विद द टेक्निकल स्टैंडर्ड्स एंड अदर रेलेवेंट गाइडेंस. नेक्स्ट one was non-compliance with the relevant laws and regulations as required under applicable standards. Third one was non-compliance with the quality control policies and procedures. And fourth one was quality control system deficiency. So 4 points क्या क्या थे? First, technical standards का other guidance का कंप्लायंस नहीं किया. सेकंड, लॉज रेगुलेशंस का कंप्लायंस नहीं किया. थर्ड वन वाज क्वालिटी कंट्रोल पॉलिसीज प्रोसीजर्स का कंप्लायंस नहीं किया. एंड फोर्थ वन वाज द क्वालिटी कंट्रोल सिस्टम डेफिशिएंसीज. ठीक है, चलो. रिपोर्टिंग के अंदर हमने और भी काफ़ी पॉइंट्स पढ़े थे, जिसमें से एक पॉइंट हमारा था रिपोर्टिंग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ ऑफ द टेक्निकल रिव्यूअर. क्या क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ होती हैं विद रिस्पेक्ट टू रिपोर्टिंग ऑन द टेक्निकल रिव्यूअर. तो फर्स्ट वन वाज दैट द टेक्निकल रिव्यूअर्स ओपिनियन ऑन वेदर द सिस्टम ऑफ क्वालिटी कंट्रोल फॉर अटेस्टेशन सर्विसेज इंश्योर द कंप्लायंस विद द एप्लीकेबल टेक्निकल स्टैंडर्ड्स एंड मेंटेनेंस ऑफ क्वालिटी ऑफ अटेस्टेशन वर्क इज देयर और नॉट. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द टेक्निकल रिव्यूअर हैज़ टू गिव द ओपिनियन ऑन वेदर देयर इज अ सिस्टम of quality control for the attestation services and whether this system ensures that the applicable technical standards, maintenance of quality of attestation work is complied with or not. ठीक है, इस पर आपकी ओपिनियन जाएगी एज द टेक्निकल रिव्यूअर. सेकेंड वन वॉज टेक्निकल रिव्यूअर्स रिव्यू not necessarily disclose all the weaknesses in the quality of attestation services or lack of compliance with the applicable standards. The reason is very simple, because there exists the inherent limitations. So that is why it may not necessarily disclose all the weaknesses. Now, projection of any evaluation of the system of quality control to future period is subject to risk. Why? Because the quality control system may become inadequate in the future because of the changes in the conditions. So that is why they cannot give assurance, they cannot say कि future में भी सही होगा. Second one was degree of compliance with the policies and procedures may deteriorate. So that is why also we cannot say कि future period में भी there is not going to be any default. तो यहाँ पर आप projection नहीं कर सकते ऑफ कि सिस्टम उनका सही है, क्वालिटी कंट्रोल का सिस्टम सही है या नहीं, फ्यूचर पीरियड्स में भी सही रहेगा या नहीं, इस चीज़ की आप प्रोजेक्शन नहीं कर सकते बिकॉज ऑफ 2 रीजंस कि सिस्टम बाद में जाके हो सकता है इनएडिक्वेट बन जाए बिकॉज ऑफ द चेंजेस इन कंडीशंस, और ऐसा भी हो सकता है डिग्री ऑफ कंप्लायंस चेंज हो जाए, डेटोरिएट हो जाए, जिसकी वजह से भी इश्यूज आ सकते हैं. ठीक है। सेकंड पॉइंट हमने पढ़ा था बेसिक एलिमेंट्स ऑफ द रिव्यूअर्स रिपोर्ट, जिसमें हमने 2 पॉइंट्स पढ़े थे, एलिमेंट्स रिलेटिंग टू ऑडिट क्वालिटी ऑफ एंटिटीज एंड सेकंड वन वाज द एलिमेंट्स रिलेटिंग टू क्वालिटी कंट्रोल फ्रेमवर्क अडॉप्टेड बाय द ऑडिट फर्म अंडर रिव्यू इन कंडक्टिंग द ऑडिट. So let's talk about the elements relating to audit quality of entities. First one was that there has to be given a reference to the description of scope of review. Scope बताना पड़ेगा. Second one was the period of review. Third one was limitation of review if any. Fourth one was the instances of lack of compliance with the technical, ethical and professional standards. So there were 4 points in elements relating to audit quality of entities. First one was the scope of review का description. Second one was period of review. Third one was limitation of review. Fourth one was the instances of lack of compliance with the technical, ethical and professional standards. Now let's talk about the elements relating to quality control framework adopted by the audit firm under review in conducting the audit. So there were total 6 pointers in this. First point was whether the audit firm under review has implemented the quality control standard. System of quality control is the responsibility of the audit firm. You have to mention this. जैसे कि आप ऑडिट रिपोर्ट में भी मेंशन करते हो ना कि फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स को प्रिपेयर करने की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी वॉज विद द ऑफ द मैनेजमेंट, तो यहाँ पर भी सिमिलरली यू आर गोइंग टू से कि सिस्टम ऑफ क्वालिटी कंट्रोल इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द ऑडिट फर्म अंडर रिव्यू. थर्ड पॉइंट वॉज क्वालिटी कंट्रोल सिस्टम इज complied by the audit firm under review and this is designed to meet the requirement of quality standard. Fourth one was reviewer concludes modification required, then also mention about the reason and suggestion. If you think that you need to give the modified report, then you have to mention the reason and suggestion for the same. Reference to the preliminary report has to be mentioned in the report. Attachment which describes that quality review conducted and what is the overview of planning and performing the review, this has to be mentioned in the report. ठीक है. यहाँ पर चलो अब आगे बढ़ जाते हैं. कंसिडरेशंस इन डिटर्मिनिंग दी टाइप ऑफ रिपोर्ट की क्या क्या पॉइंट्स को, क्या क्या मैटर्स को आप कंसिडर करोगे वेल यू हैव टू डिसाइड कि आपको क्लीन रिपोर्ट देनी है या फिर आपको मॉडिफाइड रिपोर्ट देनी है. सो लेट्स सी. ये बहुत ईजी से पॉइंट्स हैं. आपने अगर SQC1 SA 220 पढ़ रखे हैं तो उसके अंदर हम ये पॉइंट्स को वहाँ पर भी याद करते हैं, तो सेम टू सेम वैसी की वैसी पॉइंट्स हैं. टू डिसाइड वेदर विच टाइप ऑफ रिपोर्ट शुड बी इशूड द रिव्यूअर डॉक्यूमेंट्स फॉर द फॉलोइंग मैटर्स. फर्स्ट वन वॉज दी policy and procedures. Second one was the personnel complied with policy and procedures. Third one was independence. Fourth one was training of staff. Then it was expert consultation if required, available है या नहीं if required. Next is skill competence of assistant, work review and monitoring, documentation with respect to planning, determination of NTE and forming the conclusions. Now you have to check whether they have complied with the laws and regulations or not. Internal control for maintenance of quality of service. So there are a lot of points. Let's quickly revise them again. First one was policies and procedures. Personnel complied with policy and procedures. Third is independence. Fourth is training of staff. Fifth is expert consultation if required, whether it is available or not. Next one was skill competence of assistant, work review and monitoring, documentation with respect to planning, determination of NTE, of audit procedures and forming the conclusions, compliance with the laws and regulations, internal control for maintenance of quality of service. These were the points. फिर चौथा पॉइंट हमने पढ़ा था कि what are the changes to reporting formats and questionnaire और who can do the changes to the reporting formats and questionnaire. तो changes कौन कर सकता है? Obviously QRB कर सकता है. जब भी QRB को लगता है that इंटरनेशनल प्रैक्टिसेस के चलते या फिर देयर इज सम चेंजेस इन दी डोमेस्टिक लॉज रेगुलेशंस या फिर उसको जो भी एक्सपीरियंस गेन हुआ है ड्यूरिंग द पास्ट ईयर्स, इट नीड्स द फील ऑफ अमेंडिंग और मॉडिफाइंग द क्वालिटी रिव्यू क्वेश्चनेयर रिपोर्टिंग फॉर्मेट्स, देन इट कैन डू so from time to time as it may deem appropriate. Okay, now let's move on to the next point, consideration of the reports to QRGs. Now in case of PSUs, the QRG furnishes the report first of all to the CAG, not CG, CAG, and the CAG is going to give its views, and after that only the QRG is going to place it before the QRB. So in case of PSU, there is an additional compliance to be done by the QRG. What additional compliance? They have to send the report to the CAG for their views. Okay, now the QRB, after consideration of comments, recommendations of CAG, decide karega whether they are going to accept the recommendation of the CAG or not. If they accept them, okay. If they not, then they have to mention the reason for non-acceptance of the recommendations of CAG. Okay. Now what are the actions that may be recommended by the QRB? तो ये हमने QRG जो recommendations देगा टू द QRB, वही QRB के भी एक्शंस हो सकते हैं. तो फटाफट से कवर कर लेते हैं, काफ़ी ईजी है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, रेकमेंड टू द काउंसिल ऑफ ICAI कब करते थे रिकमेंड? जब मटीरियल मिस स्टेटमेंट होती थी फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट में. सो वही चीज़ यहाँ पे लिखी हुई है, रिकमेंड टू द काउंसिल ऑफ ICAI फॉर रेफरिंग द केस टू डायरेक्टर डिसिप्लिन ऑफ ICAI फॉर कंसिडरेशन प्लस नेसेसरी एक्शन अंडर चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स एक्ट 1949. Second one was issue the advisory and guidance to audit firm under review for improvements in the quality of services and adherence to various requirements. When did we do that? जब हमारी मिस स्टेटमेंट्स तो हैं बट ज़्यादा मटीरियल नहीं है, एंड द एडवाइजरी हैज़ टू बी given to the audit firm under review, and the copy of such advisory is to be sent to the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India for any information. ठीक है. Third point was inform the non-compliance with the regulatory bodies as well if there is any non-compliance. Fourth one was QRG will intimate the findings and the actions taken by it टू द ऑडिट फॉर्म अंडर रिव्यू. ऑब्वियसली बात है, जो एक्शंस आप ले रहे हो, जिसके खिलाफ ले रहे हो, उसको बताना पड़ेगा. तो दैट इज वाई द QRB इज गोइंग टू इंटीमेट द फाइंडिंग्स एंड द एक्शंस दैट इट हैज इनिशिएटेड अगेंस्ट द AFUR. एंड द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट वाज इफ द रिव्यू वाज डन बिकॉज द रेफरेंस वाज गिवन बाय सम रेगुलेटरी बॉडी, then in that case you have to definitely inform the results to that regulatory body as well, that okay, so this was the review done and this was the result, okay, so this was the actions which we have initiated. Okay, so these all points needs to be considered. Next point is mechanism for follow-up of review findings. So QRB will require a compliance report within the specified period from the AFUR. Why will this be required? When there are some adverse findings. Now follow-up and review corrective actions taken by the AFUR will be required. The result of review can be used for the off-site monitoring and for the next on-site monitoring. QRB can share the result with the stakeholders if required, and on-site review can be conducted earlier in case of continued non-compliance, because if he is complying with the same तो आप off-site monitoring कर सकते हो, but there is some non-compliance, then in that case non-compliance भी continued non-compliance है, then in that case you should plan for the on-site review. Cases of continued non-compliance may be recommended to the ICAI Council for taking necessary actions, because Chartered Accountants Act में आपको punish किया जा सकता है. Next is horizontal and in-depth analysis of the results will be conducted to identify the industry-wide issues across the audit firms. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, which is technical reviewer and assistant. The first point was with respect to the empanelment. When we talk about the empanelment, तो इसमें हमारे पास total 4 points थे. First point was that the first of all you need to understand कि this is the minimum criteria, and all these pointers have to be complied with. Okay, so the first point was that 15 years post qualification experience is required as a CA. Also you should be active in practice, that is active CA in practice in the field of accounting and auditing. Second point was that you should not have any disciplinary proceedings under the Chartered Accountants Act 1949 pending, या फिर disciplinary action under the Chartered Accountants Act 1949, या फिर penal action under any other law taken or pending during the last 3 financial years and or thereafter. This was the second point. Third point was not a member of the QRB or ICAI's Central Council member, Regional Council member, Branch Level Management Committee as on the date. You should not be the member of any of these. Okay. The fourth point was that you should be the signing partner. This is the most important point, that you should be the signing partner or proprietor in at least 3 statutory audit assignments. Out of these 3, at least 1 should be other than private company. क्योंकि जो 3 की requirement है ना, as a signing partner, you should be a signing partner in 3 statutory audit assignments as a central statutory auditor of banks, public companies and the government company, या फिर private company जिसकी annual turnover है more than equal to 50 crores during the last 10 years. लेकिन ध्यान रखना, ये 3 की जो लिमिट है ना, एटलीस्ट की जो रिक्वायरमेंट है एटलीस्ट 3 वाली, उसके अंदर एटलीस्ट 1 शुड बी अदर देन प्राइवेट कंपनी. ठीक है, चलो लेट्स मूव ऑन टू दी some other points which are very important with respect to the technical reviewer. First point was that board may specify any other criteria or may reject any application without any reason. They do not require to give any reasons for the rejection of application. TRs will have a block period of 3 years, and it can also be extended if the board requires so, if the board decides so, then there can be an extension of 3 years more. But this does not mean that you are empaneled for a period of 3 years, which means you are going to get work in all the 3 years. No, that does not guarantee work. Okay, now this block period of 3 years will be subject to a few conditions. First of all, that you will have to meet the basic criteria जो हमने पढ़ा था, that is कोई penal action वगैरह नहीं है, ट्रैक्ट होना चाहिए, साइनिंग पार्टनर होने चाहिए, एंड यू शुड हैव द एक्सपीरियंस तो देखो एक बार ही होगा तभी आप इम्पैनल हुए होगे, बट जो आपकी और रिक्वायरमेंट्स है ना कि आप मेंबर नहीं होने चाहिए QRB के, या कोई डिसिप्लिनरी प्रोसीडिंग्स एक्शन पीनल एक्शन वगैरह वगैरह, या फिर 3 ऑडिट्स साइनिंग पार्टनर होने चाहिए 3 ऑडिट असाइनमेंट्स में, ये कंडीशन आपकी तीनों सालों में भी एग्जिस्ट करनी चाहिए, ठीक है. दीज क्राइटेरिया शुड बी मेट इवन इन दी next 3 years after you get impaneled. Also, you will have to file the annual declarations with respect to that you have participated, you have attended the training workshops, programs which are organized by various program organizing units on the areas such as laws and regulations, amendments in Companies Act, Ind AS, technical standards, valuation standards. So you have to complete all these trainings also, and you have to attend and participate in these trainings more frequently. And for this you have to give the declarations also. Annual declarations देनी होती है total 6, and उसके साथ आपको evidence भी submit करना पड़ता है that you have participated in all these meetings, and these evidences have to be submitted to the QRB. Then only you can be impaneled, or you can continue to be impaneled as the technical reviewer. Okay, I hope you are able to recall all of this. Next point हमने पढ़ा था with respect to independence and qualifications of the technical reviewers, जिसके अंदर हमने पढ़ा था that the technical reviewer should not belong to the city or region of head office of audit firm under review. He should not have any pending disciplinary proceedings under the Chartered Accountants Act. He should not have any disciplinary action again under the Chartered Accountants Act 1949, or any penal action taken or pending against him during the last 3 financial years and oblique or thereafter. The disciplinary action condition and the penal action condition applies कि आपके during the last 3 years और thereafter में exist नहीं करनी चाहिए, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट वन वॉज कंडीशंस अंडर सेक्शन 141 सबसेक्शन 3 ऑफ कंपनीज एक्ट शुड हैव बीन कंप्लाइड. नेक्स्ट वन वॉज ड्यूरिंग द लास्ट ईयर दे शुड नॉट, द टेक्निकल रिव्यूअर शुड नॉट हैव गिवन एनी सर्विस और शुड नॉट हैव बीन द ऑडिटर ऑफ द एंटिटी जिस एंटिटी का ऑडिट फॉर्म अंडर रिव्यू ने किया है, ठीक है, बिकॉज दिस विल नॉट अमाउंट टू इंडिपेंडेंस देन. ओके, आपको ये चीज़ मेक श्योर करनी है, ना कि आपने सर्विस प्रोवाइड की हो, ना ही आप ऑडिटर हो, ना ही आप जिस फर्म में काम करो वो फर्म भी सर्विस नहीं प्रोवाइड कर सकती, वो फर्म भी ऑडिटर नहीं बन सकती, ना ही कोई नेटवर्क फर्म या फिर नेटवर्क फर्म के पार्टनर्स भी आप कोई सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड नहीं कर सकते, ना ही ऑडिटर बन सकते हैं ड्यूरिंग द लास्ट ईयर ऑफ द ऑडिट फर्म अंडर रिव्यू, कि जो एंटिटी है जिसका आप ऑडिट असाइनमेंट चेक करने वाले हो, ठीक है. ड्यूरिंग द लास्ट 3 financial years or thereafter, no association with the audit firm under review should be there by himself, firm, any of the network firms or any of the partners of the firm or the network firms. कितने पॉइंट्स हैं, फिर से रिपीट करते हैं. सो देर आर टोटल अगर मोटा मोटा बोलूँ तो देर आर टोटल 5 पॉइंट्स, ठीक है. 5 के अंदर भी थोड़ा थोड़ा बैरिफिकेशन है. अगर आपको चार्ट याद आ रहा है, जो चार्ट मैंने बनाया हुआ था, तो इससे आपको ईजिली रिकॉल हो पा रहा होगा. तो द फर्स्ट पॉइंट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस वाज कि कोई भी आप उस सिटी या रीजन को बिलोंग नहीं करने चाहिए जहाँ पर ऑडिट फर्म अंडर रिव्यू का हेड ऑफिस है. सेकंड वाज नो पेंडिंग डिसिप्लिनरी प्रोसीडिंग्स अंडर द चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स एक्ट 1949. देन ड्यूरिंग द लास्ट 3 financial years and oblique or thereafter, no disciplinary action under the Chartered Accountants Act 1949 should be there, or any penal action under any other law taken or pending should be there during the last 3 financial years and oblique thereafter. Now the conditions of section 141 subsection 3 needs to be complied with. Also, you have to make sure that during the last year, no service plus should not be the auditor of the entity by himself, by the firm, any of the network firms, any of the partners of the firm or network firms. Also, during the last 3 financial years and oblique or thereafter, no association with the audit firm under review should be there by himself, by the firm, any of the network firms, any of the partners of the firm or the network firms. Okay, till here let's move on to the next point, which was independence of assistants. Now independence of assistants के बारे में बात करते हैं. अभी तक टेक्निकल रिव्यूअर के बारे में बात कर रहे थे. असिस्टेंट्स के रिस्पेक्ट में हमने पढ़ा था कि असिस्टेंट मैक्सिमम कितने हो सकते हैं टीम के अंदर, 5. बट असिस्टेंट्स की क्वालिफिकेशन क्या होगी, उनकी इंडिपेंडेंस कैसे मेक श्योर की जाएगी, तो उसके बारे में बात करते हैं. तो फर्स्ट थिंग इज द असिस्टेंट शुड बी अ मेंबर ऑफ द इंस्टीट्यूट, ठीक है. सेकेंडली, देयर शुड बी नो डिस्क्वालिफिकेशंस अंडर द चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स एक्ट 1949. This is similar to what we studied in peer review also with respect to the qualified assistants. This is way more similar to that. Okay, so the assistant should be the member of the institute. Secondly, he should have no disqualifications under the Chartered Accountants Act 1949. Thirdly, the Assistant needs to sign the statement of confidentiality. Fourth, there should be no direct interface with the audit firm under review or the quality review board. Only the technical reviewer is going to have the interface with the audit firm under review and the quality review board, not the assistant. ठीक है. Now the assistant will be working with the technical reviewer. The assistant should have been actually working with the technical reviewer for at least 1 year as a member of the institute. That is, he must be working as a CA in service, or he should have been a partner of that particular technical reviewer. That is, he must be in CA in practice. मतलब इसमें से कुछ भी होगा, then only you can become the assistant of the technical reviewer. Also, he should not be associated with the audit firm or the entity during the last 3 financial years and oblique or thereafter. This is similar to what we have studied with respect to technical reviewer as well. Next is not have any disciplinary proceedings pending under the Chartered Accountants Act 1949 or during the last 3 financial years and oblique or thereafter. No penal action taken or pending against any other law, under any other law. Disciplinary action under the Chartered Accountants Act 1949. So this is also similar to what we have studied in the independence points of the technical reviewer. Also, he should not be a member of the current QRB, ICI, Central Council, Regional Council, branch level management committee, and he should not be impaneled as a TR. If he is impaneled as a TR and he is having spare time, does not mean that he can become the assistant. Remember this. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next point, which is confidentiality. Confidentiality के लिए statement of confidentiality फाइल की जाती है. So QRB considers the confidentiality of paramount importance. So the technical reviewers and the assistants are required to send duly signed statement of confidentiality to the QRB, and confidentiality is considered as important with respect to the information, papers, material, documents which the technical reviewer and the assistants are going to access of the company and the audit firm under review. Also, there should not be any conflict of interest amongst all the members or all the persons connected with the quality review process. All the persons means the members of the QRB, QRG, technical reviewer, assistants, QRB secretariat. All these people have to maintain confidentiality of information obtained and disclose to the board their interest or the partner's interest or their relatives' interest, if any. ठीक है. Next we have to study is the guidelines for the technical reviewer. Guidelines for the technical reviewer की अगर बात करें तो guidelines are applicable to interim report as well as the final report. The on-site visit will be done by the reviewer along with the assistants for review. Also, the technical guide issued by the QRB will be followed for conducting the quality review. The technical reviewer and the assistants can have access and can take abstracts of records, documents which are maintained by the audit firm under review, but they cannot take copies or extracts of the audit firm under reviews क्लाइंट्स फाइल, क्लाइंट के फाइल और रिकॉर्ड्स का आप नहीं ले सकते कोई भी कॉपी. ठीक है. एज अ पार्ट ऑफ वर्किंग पेपर्स यू कैन नॉट मेक कॉपीज ऑफ दैट. प्रोवाइड डिटेल्ड कमेंट्स, प्रॉपर एक्सप्लेनेशन होनी चाहिए, जस्टिफिकेशन होनी चाहिए इन रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ वेरियस मैटर्स विच आर रिक्वायर्ड टू बी कमेंटेड अपॉन इन इट्स रिपोर्ट. प्रॉपर जस्टिफिकेशन होनी चाहिए, डिटेल्ड मैनर में होना चाहिए. ऑल्सो यू हैव टू सेग्रीगेट योर ऑब्जर्वेशंस इनटू मटीरियल ऑब्जर्वेशंस एंड इमटीरियल ऑब्जर्वेशंस. यू विल हैव टू रेफर टू द गाइडेंस विच इज प्रोवाइडेड बाय द क्वालिटी रिव्यू बोर्ड. जैसे कि क्वालिटी रिव्यू रिपोर्ट के लिए whatever guidance has been provided on the website, you have to consider that. You have to see what other reports of international bodies are there. Any other guidance which is provided by the QRB needs to be considered by you. Also, if there is any industry specific technical guidance issued by the ICAI, then you have to follow that as well. Okay, you can refer to that. Next is build in a review process to be able to review the audit documentation which is maintained by the audit firm under review. The audit firm is required to maintain audit documentation as per SA 230. So you have to check कि उन्होंने अच्छे से काम किया है या नहीं, अच्छे से maintain किए हैं या नहीं documentation को. Also you have to include suitable paragraph in your review report on the adequacy of fraud reporting by the statutory auditors in their independent auditors report. So independent auditors report में there is a requirement that they have to report on the fraud. Section 143 subsection 12 के हिसाब से भी, Caro clause 10 के हिसाब से भी, and SA 240 को भी कंप्लाई करना होता है, and with respect to that they have to report. So whether suitable paragraphs have been included in the report or not, that you need to see, and you have to also include a suitable paragraph in your review report with respect to the same, that whether it was adequate or not. Next is second last topic हमारे पास बच गया है, miscellaneous topics of quality review, जिसके अंदर हम illustrative list essays के रिस्पेक्ट में एंड AS के रिस्पेक्ट में पढ़ने वाले हैं, जो कि बहुत आसान है. मैंने आपको तरीका बताया था. मैं इसमें से कुछ जनरल नॉन कंप्लाइंसेस के एग्जांपल्स आपके साथ शेयर करती हूँ जस्ट फॉर रिविजन कि आप इतनों को भी याद कर लोगे तो दैट विल बी फाइन. सबसे पहले था विद रिस्पेक्ट टू SC 200 इंडिपेंडेंस डिक्लेरेशन फ्रॉम द ऑडिट मेंबर्स इज रिक्वायर्ड बिफोर द sign off date, but in case you have not taken it till the sign off date, then in that case that is a non compliance. You have to take it from all the members. एक भी member से आप ये independence confirmation को छोड़ नहीं सकते हो. No process of maintaining the standard checklist, manuals, working papers to ensure consistency in the quality of each engagement. Next one with respect to 540 and 230, no audit evidences for evaluation of estimates made by the management. एक और point हम कर लेते हैं. No presentations were made to the audit committee about the audit plan, audit strategy, audit findings. ऐसे 250 से रिलेटेड आप लॉज एंड रेगुलेशंस का कंप्लायंस नहीं हुआ या कोई लीगल एडवाइस ली थी आपने लेकिन उसकी कोई कॉपी नहीं ली, ठीक है, आपकी फाइल में कॉपी नहीं लगी उस चीज़ की, सो दैट इज ऑल्सो अ प्रॉब्लम. तो ये सारी चीज़ें आप लिख सकते हो. आपको डेफिशिएंसीज इन द इंटरनल कंट्रोल्स को कम्युनिकेट करना था एज पर SC 265 बट यू हैव नॉट कम्युनिकेटेड द सेम, तो दिस इज अ नॉन कंप्लायंस. तो ये कुछ एग्जांपल्स है जो जनरल आप लिख सकते हो अपने आप भी, बहुत ईजी है. आपको स्टैंडर्ड्स पता है ना, स्टैंडर्ड्स में क्या कंप्लाई करना है, यू नो व्हाट इज टू बी कंप्लाइड. इफ दैट इज नॉट कंप्लाइड देन दिस इज अ नॉन कंप्लायंस. तो वही नॉन कंप्लायंसेस यू हैव टू मेंशन इन दिस illustrative list. Second is illustrative qualifications of non-compliance with AS. If I talk about the accounting policies, so significant accounting policies needs disclosure. If you have not disclosed the policies, for example, with respect to recognition of insurance claims, with respect to accounting of leases, treatment of IPO expenses, that is a problem. That is a non-compliance with AS. Also you have to show the inventory separately, that this is the finished goods, this is the raw material. But if you have not shown that, which that means that there is a non-compliance with AS2. Then method of preparation of cash flow statement had not been disclosed. Standalone financial statements के अंदर, consolidated financial statements के अंदर, तो ये disclosure करना ज़रूरी होता है. But if you have not done the same, तो there is a non-compliance. Then if I talk about the accounting policy on revenue recognition, तो इसमें आपने capture नहीं किया recognition का point, जैसे कि significant risks reward transfer हुए हैं नहीं हुए. Disclosures with respect to previous year figures and regard to related parties were not given. So this is a non-compliance of AS18. So these are some of the illustrative examples which you can write in case of non-compliance with AS. ठीक है, अब लास्ट हमारा टॉपिक बच जाता है. हमने सारा का सारा रिवाइज कर लिया है, जल्दी से कोशिश करी है मैंने कवर करने की, बहुत जल्दी बोला भी है. तो आई होप मैंने कहीं मिस्टेक ना कमिट किया हो बोलते वक्त. इंटेंशनली नहीं है, बहुत जल्दी बोल रही हूँ तो हो सकता है कहीं मिस्टेक हो जाए, तो प्लीज़ लेट मी नो अगर कहीं मिस्टेक हो जाए तो. अदरवाइज आई हैव ट्राइड कि मैं सारा कुछ जल्दी से कवर कर लूँ और फटाफट से हम इस वीडियो को एंड कर पाएँ. चलो फिर फटाफट से आप डिफरेंस कर लेते हैं बिटवीन दी पीयर रिव्यू एंड क्वालिटी रिव्यू. पीयर रिव्यू की बात करें तो फर्स्ट पॉइंट वॉज कि पीयर रिव्यू के अंदर रिव्यू होता है सिस्टम्स एंड प्रोसीजर्स का ऑफ द ऑडिट फॉर्म ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ सैम्पल ऑडिट फाइल्स बीइंग इंस्पेक्टेड बाय द रिव्यूअर, whereas in case of quality review normally it pertains to one particular audit which is conducted by the audit firm. Now main objective is not to find out faults but to help the firm develop effective systems. Kind of monitoring process होता है आपका peer review, but if in case of quality review its main objective is to find out the errors, inadequacies which are committed by the auditors while conducting the audit. Third point was that peer review is a part of the activities of ICAI aimed at improving the quality of service, whereas quality review के अंदर the serious errors are detected in quality review and this leads to what? This leads to disciplinary action against the members. So these were the 3 pointers of difference between peer review and quality review. I hope you were able to recall a few of the points. In case you were able to recall the few of the points, then I'm sure in the next revision and the subsequent revisions you are going to be able to recall each and every point. Okay, so all you need to do is you have to revise it again and again so that you'll be able to write it perfectly in the exams. So yeah, that's about this. इस chapter के अंदर थोड़ी सी amendments आई हैं, so that is why we need to consider this chapter as an important chapter for exams. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel in case you haven't done already. That is all for this video guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay happy and bye bye.